Welcome to Earthly Reads, a My Cup of Earth production. In a tiny village nestled in the heart of a lush forest, there lived a little rabbit named Rosie. Rosie was a curious and adventurous rabbit who loved to explore the world around her. She lived in a cozy burrow with her family, who were all busy preparing for the upcoming Harvest Festival. The Harvest Festival was a special celebration that took place every year in the village. The villagers would come together to give thanks for the bounty of the land and to share in the joy of the season. Rosie's family was famous for their delicious carrot cakes, and they were busy baking batch after batch to sell at the festival. As Rosie helped her family with their preparations, she couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and wonder. She loved the smell of the freshly baked cakes wafting from the oven, and the sound of the villagers chatting and laughing as they worked together to get ready for the festival. But Rosie's curiosity got the best of her, and she began to wonder about the magic that lay beyond the village. She had heard stories of a mystical forest that lay just beyond the edge of the village, a place where the trees were said to be taller and the creatures more wondrous than anything she had ever seen before. Determined to explore this mystical forest for herself, Rosie decided to sneak out of the village early the next morning before her family woke up. She packed a small bag with some snacks and a map, and set off into the unknown. As she made her way through the forest, Rosie marveled at the sights and sounds around her. The trees towered above her, their branches creaking in the gentle breeze. She saw birds flitting through the leaves, and squirrels chattering as they scampered up and down the trunks. After a while, Rosie came to a clearing, and in the center of it, she saw a beautiful lake. The water was crystal clear, and Rosie could see fish swimming lazily just beneath the surface. She sat down on the grassy bank, taking a deep breath of the fresh air and feeling the warmth of the sun on her fur. Just as she was starting to relax, Rosie heard a rustling in the bushes nearby. She turned to see a wise old owl perched on a nearby branch, watching her with big, round eyes. "Who are you?" Rosie asked, feeling a little shy. "I am Professor Hootenanny," the owl replied in a soft, rumbling voice. "And you, little rabbit, are a curious and adventurous soul. I can see that in your eyes." Rosie's ears perked up at the owl's words. She had never met a wise old owl before, and she was thrilled to have someone to talk to. "What are you doing out here all alone?" Professor Hootenanny asked, fluttering his wings slightly. Rosie explained about the Harvest Festival and her desire to explore the mystical forest. Professor Hootenanny listened carefully, nodding his head from time to time. "I know just the thing for you," he said when she finished. "Follow me." Rosie followed Professor Hootenanny as he flew through the forest, leading her to a hidden glade deep in the woods. In the center of the glade stood an enormous tree, its branches reaching up towards the sky like giant arms. "This is the heart tree," Professor Hootenanny explained. "It is said to hold the magic of the forest within its trunk. Make a wish, little rabbit, and the tree will grant it to you." Rosie's eyes grew wide with excitement. She had always dreamed of making a wish, and now she had the chance. She closed her eyes, thought for a moment, and then wished for the ability to help her family's bakery become the most famous in the land. She opened her eyes to find Professor Hootenanny watching her with a wise gaze. "The heart tree has heard your wish, little rabbit," he said. "But remember, magic comes with great responsibility. Use your gift wisely." Rosie nodded, feeling a sense of wonder and excitement. She thanked Professor Hootenanny and made her way back to the village, eager to share her amazing adventure with her family. When she arrived at the bakery, her family was busy preparing for the festival. Rosie told them all about her journey to the mystical forest and the heart tree, and her wish to help the bakery become famous. Her family was amazed by her story, and they all gathered around her to hear more. Rosie's mother, A wise and kind rabbit named Rosie's mother looked at her with pride. You have always been a curious and adventurous soul, Rosie, she said. I have no doubt that your wish will come true. And remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Use your gift wisely. The harvest festival arrived, and Rosie's family's bakery was the most famous in the land. People came from all over to taste their delicious carrot cakes, and Rosie's family was hailed as the best bakers in the village. Rosie's wish had come true, but she never forgot the wise words of Professor Hootenanny. She used her gift to help her family's bakery, and she always remembered to use her magic wisely. And so, Rosie lived happily ever after, surrounded by the love of her family and the magic of the mystical forest. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.